on my meetings, not still there.
Are you still there?
No, I was doing my job that I was going in. And I was at a video from. There's three left.
Go for it. I don't care.
Well, even Sam was ahead there at the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Julio hit that
Yep.
That was it.
I got him started.
I think Kirby just fell apart.
I said to my mom, I was like, you can watch baseball for a month and you won't see a line drive off the fence. They had 2 and like 4 batters made.
Yeah.
Both of them were. That's way, and I didn't. I thought Guerrero's was going to go through the wall. It was like that's one of the Little League field. It sticks.
Yeah, it sticks. Everybody just stands there looking at it.
Okay, good morning. It's 10 a.m. We ask you to please rise if you're able for the opening prayer and a pledge of allegiance before we convene our commissioners' public meeting. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for your incredible power and work in our lives, your goodness and blessings. Your great love, mercy, care, and kindness that you shower us daily. And Lord, as we reflect on our spirit, we recognize we have a human body that often suffers with illness and disease. As we remember October as National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we ask that you'll be with those suffering. We pray that those that are afflicted will have their health completely restored. Comfort them and remove all fear, replacing it with faith, strength, and courage. We pray that during the month, awareness will be circulated and testing completed. May the early detections of this horrible disease receive immediate help so that those loved ones will be with us for many more years. That each of us be a support system and called upon with an open ear, a shoulder to lean and cry on, and a pillar of strength and prayer for them. Now we ask that your direction pilot us, your hand protect us, and your wisdom instruct us daily. We ask for your guidance over our meeting this day. These things we humbly ask in your name. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic in which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Morning, at this time, we'll convene our commissioners' public meeting, and we'll ask for approval of the minutes of the previous meeting.
I'll make the motion.
One second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Do we have any public comment on agenda items only at this time? From the audience, any online?
Nothing online as of right now.
Okay, I believe we have an item to add to the agenda, 6.13. Vote to approve the agreement with Phyllis Cardin's Engineering Associates. Is there a motion to add that to the agenda?
Sure, I'll make that motion.
Before I second, I just had a question for the solicitor. Is this the one you're reviewing, or is that not the same?
I got it yesterday and provided comments to my and her team yesterday.
So you think it's okay to leave it on or put it on? Is this the one for the
Fireproofing.
fireproofing?
Yeah, for downstairs.
If it's for the fireproofing, that needs to be postponed until we
Or
get,
can we and we approve it with solicitor review.
Yeah, I would prefer that based on my comments and having not heard back after that we do it pending solicitor's final approval.
Okay.
Okay,
You okay with that?
yes.
Okay, then I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. And moving on to reports.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Presented for your ratification are invoices due through October 22nd, 2025, to be paid on October 15th, 2025, in the amount of $3,124,366.48. That's 40.4% out of the general fund, 34.28% out of ARPA, 0.04 out of other grants, 25.26 out of RMS, and 0.02 out of escrow.
Okay, can I motion to accept the accounts payable?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, informational items. We're honored today to have the executive director, of the New Love Center, Holly Beaver, here for an update. Thank you for being here, Holly.
Thank you. Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Good morning, guests. Thank you for the opportunity to be here today. The New Love Center is a faith-based nonprofit organization dedicated to fighting hunger and feeding hope throughout our community. The mission is simple yet powerful: to share the love of God by nourishing our neighbors in need. We rely on strong community partnership, churches, schools, businesses, and volunteers to make this possible. We serve individuals and families experiencing food insecurity throughout Lycoming County: children, senior, veterans, single parents. We are beginning a new initiative of serving working households in the ALICE population. ALICE is asset limited, income constrained employee, families who work hard but still struggle to make ends meet. Each month, we reach hundreds of households throughout our programs, volunteers, and community partnerships. The impact we are having. Pantry Choice Program. This program empowers clients to choose their own groceries, promoting dignity and reducing food waste. At Pantry Choice, we provide a variety of nutritious options, including fresh produce, proteins, and pantry staples. From Lycoming County, in the Pantry Choice Program, we serve 840 individuals per month. Our mobile pantry. With our mobile pantry, we reach residents in rural or transportation limited areas. We bring foods directly to communities, meeting people where they are. We currently serve 339 individuals across 4 locations in Lycoming County: Cogan House, Lairdsville, Muncie, and Trout Run. We plan on adding 1 to 2 additional mobile locations in Lycoming County in 2026. This past Tuesday evening, we were awarded an innovation grant from the United Way of North Central PA to fund a new initiative with our mobile pantry called Wheels of Change, delivering hope while nourishing ALICE households 1 mile at a time. This will expand this outreach of the ALICE households even further. We're very grateful for the grant funding we received. It's vital investment in moving this initiative forward. However, the total cost of the project exceeds the amount of the grant. So it's important that we now focus on raising additional funds to close this remaining gap. We have a cafe located in Jersey Shore. This cafe was created to be more than a place to eat. It's a place of connection, a place of dignity, and a place of hope. Each meal we serve represents not just nourishment, but community care and action. We provide 1,200 meals there each month. Our backpack program in Lycoming County, we serve 198 students. A new initiative we started this school year is school snack pantries. Research shows a strong and consistent connection between household food insecurity and involvement in bullying, both as victims and, in some cases, as perpetrators. And this is supported by multiple peer-reviewed studies and large-scale surveys across diverse settings. We are partnering with local schools to create on-site snack pantries that allow students to select healthy snacks before, during, or after school. We extend kindness to these students by giving out small tokens of encouragement, pencils, stickers, and rubber bracelets with positive messages. It's just a simple reminder to them that they are seen, valued, and loved. Our vision for the future. At the New Love Center, Our vision is to expand our outreach and deepen our impact in the community. As mentioned earlier, we plan to grow our mobile pantry by 2 more locations in Lycoming County. I'm very excited to share that we are working toward opening an education center beginning in 2026. This is a space where individuals and families can learn skills that lead to greater stability and independence. The education center will focus on nutrition and planning, budgeting and household management, job readiness, and life skills workshops. Through these efforts, we hope to not only provide food for today, but also empower our neighbors for tomorrow. We see the county commissioners as a vital partners in continuing and expanding this work. Ways you can continue to support us is to advocate for hunger relief and community health initiatives. Connect us with other county resources or programs that align with food access, transportation, and wellness. Collaborate on community events or awareness efforts that highlight food insecurity in our region. Consider funding or in-kind support to strengthen our infrastructure and delivery capacity, especially for our mobile outreach. At the New Love Center, we believe that food is love in action. Every meal shared represents hope restored, burdens lifted, and lives touched. Together with leaders like you, we can make sure every single neighbor in Lycoming County has enough to eat and knows they are not forgotten. It's a pleasure to be here today. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Holly. Holly, thank you to you and your staff. I've been up there several times. I was up there recently and saw the great work you're doing, and especially with the mobile unit going throughout the county, the areas that are really hard to reach. You know, a lot of those people don't have transportation, and there's no public transportation to get in, and they're isolated. So food insecurity is such a critical issue. And the work that you and your staff are doing is tremendous. And I know the state impasse has hit you hard. Talk to your staff about that. And so we'll continue to do what we can do. But I wanted to bring you here today for more awareness
Thank you.
for our entire county, because this isn't just a national issue. It hits home. You know, there's a lot of people in Lycoming County that don't have proper food. There's insecurity here. And we have to do our part to help make sure that everyone goes to bed, you know, not hungry at night,
Yeah.
especially kids.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
You know, you probably said this. How long have you been doing this?
For me, I started there in May of this year,
How long has the program?
2014.
You know, so over 10 years. Okay.
And the facility's phenomenal. I mean, I was there, people walking throughout.
It really is a great place. We have the pantry choice there in Jersey Shore. But our mobile is, we're very fortunate to have that because we do go to areas. Lairdsville is one where we have a lot of people that walk. Lock Haven, you know, that's Clinton County, but we have a lot of walkers. So it's something that I think sometimes we just take for granted. I was one when I started there in May. I look at every time I sit down to eat a dinner, I really look at it differently because there are just people really struggling.
Before you leave, can you give the dates of where Muncie and Lairdsville is next? Because I'd like to go down and visit the mobile unit.
Yes,
If you leave that with
yes,
our secretary, appreciate it.
yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
You have anything else you want?
No, I would just add to your comments that it's a great thing that you guys are doing for our community. We so many times don't realize that we have needs within our own homes because so many of us in Lycoming County are very fortunate. So it's a reminder that we need to watch out for everybody. So thank you for the work you guys do.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving on, Mike.
Morning.
Morning.
Let's see, we got 2 informational items. In the district attorney's office, Michaela Hertog, Assistant District Attorney, Union, full-time at $62,315 per year, 75 hours per pay period, anticipated start date of October 20th, 2025. And then in the Prothonotary's office, this is a inter-county transfer, Corianne DeReamer, Civil Processing Clerk, pay grade 5, full-time at $17.64 per hour at 75 hours per pay period, effective date October 12, 2025.
So the pathonetaries is a transfer from one department to another.
That is correct.
And we spoke with the district attorney. He is short. Assistant district attorneys. It's critical that we get as many staff members as we can for him so he can keep the cases moving
Yeah, we've been trying for
years.
years, yeah, to get attorneys in there, and we got one. So
So, yep. So it's critical we got that individual in place, and we thank him for coming to Lycoming County to be hired. And we look forward to hopefully long careers for both of them.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, we'll recess the Commissioners' public meeting for the salary board, and we'll convene the salary board this time.
Okay, the first item I have is vote to approve the salary board meeting minutes from August 14th, 2025.
Okay, motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
Aye.
Next, we have some actions in the public defender's office. We're going to delete 2 full-time temporary law clerk positions from the TDA. Those were put on there until those people pass the bar exam.
Okay. Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye. Delete a full-time clerk 3, pay grade 4 position from the TDA.
Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
Aye.
Delete the full-time public defender investigator pay grade 7 position from the TDA. That was grant funded and the grant is no longer available.
Okay, and we're glad to see that once these grants dry up, those positions are eliminated because we can't fund them at this point.
Right.
So thank you. Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye. And then add 2 full-time assistant public defender union positions to the TDA. That will be those 2 that were in the temporary law clerk. They've now both passed the bar.
Okay, we want to congratulate them on passing the bar and hopefully look forward to long careers with the county. So motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye. In the planning and community development office, delete 1 full-time administrative coordinator pay grade 6 position from the TDA.
Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
Aye.
And in financial management, we're going to add that full-time administrative coordinator pay grade 6 position to the TDA.
A motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
Aye.
And then delete 1 full-time administrative specialist pay grade 5 position from the TDA.
Okay, motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
This time we'll adjourn the salary board and reconvene the Commissioners' public meeting for personnel actions. Mike?
All righty. Let's see, approve the following personnel actions as conditional offers of employment, subject to the successful completion of a background check and all other employment conditions outlined here in attachment A. All right. First one's a transfer in financial management. Angela Scuchera, administrative coordinator, pay grade 6, full-time, $19.9288 per hour, 75 hours per pay period, effective date October 12, 2025. In the pre-release center, Dwayne Long, work crew foreman, supervisor, pay grade 9, full-time at $25.482303 per hour, 80 hours per pay period, effective date October 12, 2025. Also in the pre-release center, Mason Irvin, resident supervisor, union at $19.20 per hour, 80 hours per pay period, anticipated start date October 27, 2025. In the prison, Mackenzie King, correctional officer, union, full-time at $20 per hour, 80 hours per pay period, anticipated start date October 20th, 2025. Also in the prison, Ashley Wilson, licensed practical nurse, pay grade 10 full-time, $30 per hour, 80 hours per pay period with an anticipated start date November 3rd, 2025. And then the 2 in the public defender's office, Maureen Archambault Carrion, assistant public defender, union, full-time, $62,315 per year, 75 hours per pay period, effective date October 12th, 2025. And then Richard Dixon, assistant public defender, union, full-time, $62,315 per year, 75 hours per pay period, effective date October 12th, 2025. And then 2 in public safety, Public Safety 911 Center, Amina Woodruff, telecommunicator trainee 7, full-time at $18.72 per hour, 80 hours per pay period, anticipated start date, October 27th, 2025. And the last one there is Brittany Mitchell in the Public Safety 911 Center, telecommunicator trainee, pay grade 7, full-time, $18.72 per hour, 80 hours per pay period, anticipated start date, October 27th, 2025.
Okay, is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay, so we have a transfer, a few promotions, and the rest are public safety.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Good morning. Give me 1 second here. Somebody calling in. Gary, you go.
Text was okay, not dial.
Gary, you there? Okay, can you put your phone on mute, please? Okay, go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, the first item I have is vote to approve the agreement with Dr. Ashley Nicholson. She will be providing services to the district attorney's office.
Okay, motion to accept.
Yeah, I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 All right, the next thing I have is vote to approve the agreement with Biohaz Solutions in the amount of $5,000. This will be included with the prison and the coroner's office.
Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, Gary?
Yeah, action item 6.3 is a vote to approve the agreement with Extreme Trucking, the 2025 budgeted item. That's something we went out to bid for. It's simply an as-needed basis, and they won the bid.
Okay, and the work they complete if needed?
Yep, as needed. It's usually to haul each aid if needed.
Okay, thank you. Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 All right, item 6.4 is vote to approve agreement with Equipment Depot 2025 budgeted item, and that's simply same thing. It's an as-needed thing. Don't use them very often, but also something we went out to bid for.
Okay, motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 And item 6.5, I believe Lauren's on the line. She wanted to take that one. Are you there, Lauren?
Yep, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep, good morning, Lauren.
Good morning, Commissioners. For this, I am seeking approval for the calendar year 2024 for 904 Recycling Performance Grant application. This is the annual application through DEP, and it's for the tons of calendar year 2024, which was 14,219.8 tons. This includes residential and commercial recycling in Lycoming County only, and only the Act 101 eligible items, such as the paper, metal cans, the glass bottles, the plastic bottles. This will be submitted through the DCED grant. No signature is required on the application itself. And just for the 2023, that was submitted in September of last year, and we just received payment for that last week.
Okay, is there a motion to accept?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you.
Thank you all.
Have a good day. First,
Good morning.
here you are.
This is a reimbursement to Jackson Township. This is in connection with the county's settlement agreement with the U.S. Department of Justice, where we are making polling place sites accessible. They've done a lot of work out there because our rural areas in particular have needed a little more attention. Some of these township buildings that we saw out in the outlying areas, they're starting from a place where they need a lot of work to be done. Jackson was one of those. They had to do some regrading at the site with the terrain just to have a flat space for a van accessible spot. But our architect was up there. He said the work looks fantastic. This is an old one-room schoolhouse that we are now going to be able to use for voting in perpetuity because the county has the right under the election code to use municipal buildings and schools for as long as they're there. So we have a van accessible space now. We have a ramp to get in there, new entrance doors because the old ones were too narrow. They were not in great shape. So the site now is fantastic, and it was the only option for voting in the township. If you've ever been up in Jackson Township, it's beautiful up there, but there's not a whole lot other than the countryside. So the township building was always where we were going to have to focus our efforts, and that's what this repayment represents.
Okay, thank you. A motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you, Forrest.
Thanks, Forrest.
Good morning,
Leslie.
Commissioners. 6.7, Commissioners, I'm seeking your approval to renew a 3-year maintenance agreement with E+ for our battery backup maintenance and repair in the amount of $24,213.54. This is $8,071.18 every year for the next 3 years, and it is an approved budgeted item.
Okay, motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 6.8, seeking your approval to purchase network switches. There's 2 of them in the amount of $11,003.14, and this is also in our 2025 budget.
Okay, motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 6.9, we're seeking your approval to sign an agreement with Comcast for phone and internet for the coroner's building. So basically, this would not include telephone. It would be $244.89 a month, and $129.95 one-time fee for the next 12 months. And then months 13 through 24 is going to go up by about $30.
Okay. There is no cable on this, correct?
No TV, correct?
Okay. All right. Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any other questions?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
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 6.10, seeking your approval to purchase new video conferencing equipment for the prison in the amount of $7,316.43. If we're able to get this approved prior to October 31st, we're getting a $900 discount it's called a trade-in program for each unit. So we're saving $1,800 for the 2 units.
Okay, good. Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 6.11, this is basically the same. This is the video conferencing for all the MDJs. So there's going to be 6 of them in the amount of $30,950.08. There again, if we can get this approved and purchased before the end of the month, we save $1,400 each for each unit.
Okay, good.
Good.
Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Leslie. Shannon.
Okay. Action item 6.12, vote to approve the agreement with Lycoming County Sheriff. And I believe the sheriff is here.
Sheriff, if you'd like to make any comments? Okay, thank you. Okay, motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any additional questions or comments?
I would just make the comment that, this is one of the things that the current board had to clean up. It was kind of an injustice over many years, and I'm glad we're the ones that were able to put this program together, get this fixed. It just brings the sheriff in line with the row officer that he's equal with.
Yeah, it's getting your salary up to where the other row officers were.
And unfortunately, the sheriff that was here all the years that had the injustice is no longer going to be the sheriff to take advantage of it. But
Is that unfortunate?
I don't know, maybe I'm still wrong.
Well, you could still run. You could run.
A long way away.
All right, motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Didn't it all get out of whack because your election schedule's is off of everyone else's year? Isn't that really
Went back to the 60s,
all the way
correct?
back to the 60s?
By when Sheriff Pauling became sheriff, he wanted a 4-year term.
Can you come up here because you're on, explain it for the audience.
I know you've explained this before, but it is just
This is
a
something-
slight, it's a historical tidbit that's,
Told me this, but I'm not-
this is 60 years long.
Back, I won't mention all the names. I'll just be general with some of the names, but there was a sheriff back in the 60s who suddenly had to leave office. He liked the ladies and meter money, as Sheriff Pauling told me. Sheriff Pauling was the superintendent of highways, the forerunner of PennDOT, and each county had a superintendent of highways. So Sheriff Pauling came back from the war, highly decorated war veteran. If any of you ever got to meet Sheriff Pauling, he was a great man. He was a B-29 commander and a pilot, and he would fly missions in World War II. And he told me there were missions that he would fly, and he would come back and half of his crew, half of their bunks would be empty because he would lose half of his crew on numerous missions. He gets done, he comes back, and he's a war hero. Sheriff Pauling really looked like a sheriff. I don't know that I look like a sheriff, but if you ever saw his picture, if you're in my office, stop and you'll see his picture on one of his posters. He came back and they needed a sheriff, and committee went to him and said, "Would we be a sheriff?" And he said he will. Well, his wife was young, beautiful. I saw a beautiful picture of her. He was in love with her, I think, until the day he died. She died very young, like at 29, 30 years old. He had 2 small boys who now have grown to become, I think they're retired now, but they went into the military also and became highly decorated. He told committee back then, if you know your history, committee back then were strong. Local committees, state committees had a lot of authority and a lot of ability to make adjustments. They asked him to seek the office. It'd be for 2 years because 2 years were already under the former sheriff's belt. He said, "I really don't want to do it. I don't want to run next year. I'd like a 4-year term." And committee was able somehow, some way to give him 4-year term. And he took the 4-year term, which put him out of cycle with everybody else. And he told me his first order of business after he became sheriff, the former sheriff had been through the process, was to escort the former sheriff to 3rd and William, the old county prison with the big wooden door. So that's the story behind how we got out of cycle and the challenges. It was discussed a number of years ago to try to put us back in cycle. If you put the sheriff back in cycle, there'd have to be legislation that would either create a 6-year term or a 2-year term. And that's messy. You know, it just seems very challenging to be able to do that. And forever we were at the same salary schedule until commissioners made the adjustments. And it was only after I had located there was what I would call an obscure law that actually exists. It was from 1971 that required everybody to be compensated equally, which I don't think is unfair, and that's why I had brought it to the board.
Thank you.
Okay.
for
Would it
bringing
really
this.
be that? I mean, there can't be that many in the state. Would it really be that cumbersome for them to say for 1 term in Lycoming County, it's 6 years?
What's cumbersome is getting Harrisburg degree on anything.
Yeah, it's Harrisburg, it's not us.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
They can't agree on a budget.
Yeah.
They're going to worry
But
about
that's
me.
different. Like, there's a lot of stuff that government gets through that's not earth shattering and political. Like, this
Really?
isn't-
What government do you work with?
They get stuff done.
Are you from
With
another?
a great team here, and that's why.
He hasn't been here long enough.
I just can't, I like, my question, like, who's opposing it? If nobody's opposing it, then someone's gonna, I just can't imagine that, or consecutive 5-year terms
Well-
or something. I can't believe that it would
But
be
what,
that.
but what
hard.
you'd have is you'd have, and there sits Forrest. What you have is you'd have to have, the election cycle would be different. Forrest would have a special order from Harrisburg, ordering him to make the change, and there'd be an election cycle where you're gonna have a 2-year term or 4-year term, more advantageous for some people, less advantageous for others who might want to seek office. All those are gonna factor in if you do that.
I mean, I guess,
I mean, we didn't pursue it. We did have discussion with our local legislators about it about, I don't know, about 10 years ago, and they just said it was messy.
If you look at other counties, we're actually not the only county where your row offices are not. You know,
There's others that are off sync.
well, every county has different combinations of row offices because like a 5th class county has certain row offices. You know, higher and lower classes, some of those row offices either get combined or split out. And it's, some of those counties are electing all their row offices this year. You know, and we're only electing the one. So everybody's kind of on their own calendars, you know, that have evolved over the years, sometimes through mistakes like what Mark's describing it, but to try to put all that together, you could do it, but probably there would be other stuff that would.
And that's the reason for this 1971 statute that keeps everybody equal, because when you compensate, it's always different,
Right.
if you don't sit together. So, or if you're lucky.
So we're fixing basically something that's been going on for 60 years, for the next sheriff and future sheriffs.
And they thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He thanks me for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Thanks, Shannon.
I'm not sure.
We
if-
voted on it, correct?
We did.
Vote? No.
Oh,
Yeah. Sorry.
nope. We did vote?
Yeah, we voted.
Yeah, because
Okay.
we're almost done.
All right. He speaks so long, you forget stuff. I know I did. What was I thinking? I should know by now.
All right, so 6.13. This is the vote to approve the agreement with Hillis Carnes Engineering Associates. This is for the fireproofing downstairs, and that's something we decided to go ahead and approve, but pending solicitor review.
Approval. Review it.
Final solicitor.
Final
Yes,
solicitor.
final solicitor approval.
Okay, so is there a motion?
Yeah, I'll make the motion.
Is there a
I'll
second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. All right, we've completed action items. Commissioners' comment.
The only quick thing I'm going to add this week is part of the personnel stuff where we definitely made some changes around with removing some jobs from the TDA, which has been a constant work in process for this board of commissioners to reduce some staffing. We haven't reduced any staff that hasn't really been a vacant position. Today, we moved some jobs around. One thing I'm a big advocate of, so I just wanted to reinforce it, is the planning move was strictly on the fact that the administrative coordinator that was in planning was really a financial person for that team. I believe all financial should fall under the financial offices, whether, which we have 3 different financial offices within the county, but we got to get those teams in the right spots. And a lot of it, also, which I think is an approach that we're trying to do different here as this current board, is get the county operating as one team on behalf of the taxpayers. And in doing this, it doesn't take anything away from the planning department not to have financial support. It's just that support is done out of another office. But they shouldn't lose anything in planning because of that as we make these different types of moves. Because as a team, we should all be working together. We can't be keeping our separate little departments saying, I only do this and I only do that. So that's all part of the ultimate goal of, we've talked about several times, a culture change. It's all part of that, getting everybody working together for one goal. I think this helps with the moves that we made in today's salary board.
Okay, thank you. This Saturday is the Mummers Parade over in South Williamsport, 80 some years. The Mummers Committee does a great job every year. And if you're able to attend, please do so and support the Mummers Parade. It's a long time tradition over there and they do a great job.
Yeah, we just talked about how government's ability to get things done and get along. And, fortunately for us, because of the stuff that we talk about so much is budgets and personnel and things like that, that we don't have the political issues that they do in Harrisburg and Washington. And the vast majority of the stuff we mostly kind of get it, we agree on and kind of hammer it out and just move forward. But every now and then something comes up that we all don't agree on. And we had one last week, and it wasn't a grand, it didn't have a huge effect on the county, but for a handful of people involved, it did. And it wasn't just a discussion of us, it was a bigger discussion of that. And, there's when you're on the side that wins those votes, you would think that you really feel good and I won. But when you're having these discussions and the people on the other side of the argument that you like them and you respect them, it's not a joyous event. And in this one, the vote, I was on the side that got their way. I'm also old enough to know that we think we're right. We understand why we voted the way we did, but time will tell, and down the road we'll see. But it's not a fun process. It's not a thrilling process. Sometimes it's the most trying of the processes. And what I'm fortunate, and what I respect about not just this group, but the other people, a lot of the other people here that we work with. After the vote was over, I ran into one of the people in the hallway who was on the other side. And I said, I really hope we didn't just make your world worse. And he smiled and he said, no, it's fine. We'll figure it out. We'll go forward. And that's how the process works. And it was really, it really made you believe in the process. I'm missing the word that I'm looking for. I want to say enlightening, but that's not it. But it really felt good because you get into these agreements and it's easy when everybody agrees, and it's hard when people don't agree. Especially you kind of get you look in Harrisburg or Washington where the Reds versus the Blues and the right versus the left and the people that clearly don't get along. But when you're having, it's just like in your household, when you're having disagreements with people who you really respect and you like, it's not that easy. And we just seem to have a group right now that can kind of agree to disagree, and we vote and we move on, and what's next on the list. And because we do that stuff all day, and it's I'm appreciative of like I said, not just the people at this table, but the people that we get to work with throughout the county, because sometimes it is challenging, and the fact that you can turn the page and go on to your next meeting and deal with the next challenge, and there's not lingering anger, animosity, or things like that, really make it just makes the process better. And and at the end of the day, it's better for our taxpayers that we can do those things. So I wanted to thank these guys and the other people that we get to work with, because it has really been productive, even when challenging. And when you see our budgets now, things are challenging.
We continue to urge the state and federal officials to please get their budgets done. We've talked to our local ones, and they're as frustrated as the next individual. So the state one has gone on for way too long. Senator Kennedy from Louisiana was on TV last week, and they asked him when it was going to be passed. And he says, I think when each one of us take our egos out behind the building and shoot them. I wonder if that's the case. They have to set aside their personal feelings and work for the people that elected them. And they got to get this stuff done. It's affecting so many lives. And some of them are very, very serious issues that need to, these agencies need the monies. They're going to shut down, and affects far more people than I think they actually can even imagine. So we'll continue to urge them to pass these budgets. They were elected, that's their main responsibility, and they're not doing it. Okay. Any comments from the public? Any from the audience? Any online?
I do have several online, and I do want to just preface last week's meeting and apologize to those who did comment online. I am a YouTube novice, and I thank my admin for training me this past week on how to properly look at the chats. So anyone who had comments last week that I did not catch because operator error.
You missed the YouTube.
I
chat
did.
training?
I
Yeah.
did. So I
Required.
do apologize. So I've been schooled. Yeah, that's. So first comment from Harper Will Try. Good morning. Please review the processes and staff associated with online comments. That would be me. I apologize, Harper. Having the ability to attend and interact with county government meetings is a great step forward for accessibility, but many public comments are being overlooked, obfuscated, or hidden. That's hard to say when you've got braces in. Happy belated Banned Book Week. From Blair Stewart, thank you for everything that you do. Mr. Thomas Adams, good morning, Lycoming County. I agree with Harper, as we very much appreciate the YouTube access and ability to comment. It's always good to see and hear the opinions and ideas of others, whether we agree or not. I especially like the ability to hear some of the movers and shakers in our county, even Commissioner Messina. I hope people realize I do not comment to create controversy, but to encourage fellow citizens and possibly see things in a different light, using historically verifiable facts and wholesome reasoning. And then Blair Stewart in there.
Was that about Tom? Was that Tom?
Yeah, that was
Even
Tom.
me.
I'd like to thank Tom for his comment. No.
Yeah.
I'll second that.
Yeah. The purpose for hope to live in better and brighter days, which leads to a question: when we have a judge or judges which violate their oath of office, for example, when proper sentences and or bails are ignored, pretrial release presents a danger to the community, especially to the women and children, which is a direct violation of our constitutions. The general welfare of the community, the state of the nation are put in unnecessary peril when allowing known predators and violent criminals to roam the streets and cause chaos and great mental anguish on the most valuable of our fellow citizens. If a judge or judges are derelict in this way, how do we as a community remove such people without needing to wait for their term to be up, or to convince the Senate to impeach, or censuring, which isn't always effective, or the governor gets involved, or the state Supreme Court do the right thing? There must be a mechanism for local authorities to remove such people with these conditions arise. Thank you for your dedication to our county. May God bless America and Lycoming County. And then Mason, did they already announce employment? And I did miss a comment from Blair Stewart. We do not need to waste county time with weirdo conspiracy comments. I do appreciate that. Keep that tinfoil hat at home. And that is the conclusion of all the comments. And again, if I do happen to miss comments, they are recorded within the meeting minutes. That is captured in case something comes in after I speak to the minutes. So again, my apologies for last week, and I will try to do a better job from now on.
So just a quick update from one of those. Banned Book Week was October 5th through 11th. I don't know how long it's been going on, but the title was, the theme was Censorship is So 1984. Read for Your Rights. So, and George Takei served as the honorary chair. George was Lieutenant Sulu on Star Trek. So I did not know there was a banned book week. Are you serious? I did. That is fascinating. I never knew
Know anything
that.
about it.
Didn't know anything about it.
I never did either until one of the things you said, late band book week.
There you go.
Oh, I do have to add one more comment. Thank you, Blair. She says I'm doing a terrific job.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
All right. Okay, we completed our agenda, and the comments. So we will be adjourned to Thursday, October 23rd, 2025 at 10 a.m. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day.